petition that you've heard a bit about.
Welcome everybody, fantastic that Queenstown is here as well. You probably have heard an enormous amount of facts, really interesting, some not interesting, some like, oh, what's this? And that's probably the reason why at the time I started the petition. We already had a Glenelg Empowerment group. I'm a mum, I run my own business. I really did not have any time for it, but if I basically heard what was going to happen. It's actually, we love skiing, and my 5-year-old son was sitting there, and he actually learned to ski on a little downhill slope just in front of the Rupert toilets. And my other son, who's here, we go cross-country skiing exactly on that spot where they're going to dig the tunnel. So when I heard that, it's like, oh, what's that? That's just absolutely ridiculous. So I let the others really sort of go into more characters things and the rulings and the actual proposal. But then it came to submission, and I had to write a submission. It's like, oh, but that's, now I have to actually, instead of, I can't just say this is a ridiculous proposal, I actually really have to go and study and read and things like that. So I actually wanted to set up something for people to quickly say, this is ridiculous, I'm against it. And that's how the petition started. And it went really well. I think it was in the first 2 days, we bang, had straight away 1,000 signatures. At the time, I still had a lot of faith in the process. I thought, well, okay, we have the submissions, we have the hearings, and the L's going to say something. The doc is going to come together, and they're going to say yes or no, and bum, it will be done in 3 months. And that was sort of the reason why I offered a petition very quickly to the Minister of Conservation, Kate Wilkinson, because I still thought, well, there could be a bit of pace in this process, and then we either are in resource consent and have to fight it there, or it's we sort of, it's done. But now it seems like it's a real controversial thing. There are so many things wrong, and still so many people are just still sitting on it, and we don't know where it is going, basically. So in the meantime, the petition ticked over and over and over, and now I just had the quick sneak, and I think we're on 23,215 signatures today. A bit of an insight of those people. It started really with people just in the region. I can actually see who signs it and where they're from. Lots of people in the beginning just from our region, and then it slowly started to spread out. We had a lot of push through Facebook, and all of a sudden internationally it just went mad. As you hear from my accent, I'm originally from Holland, so I had a lot of support from there. And then it started to go into the UK. We had an enormous amount of Australian signatures, an enormous amount of signatures from the USA, but also lots of Asian signatures. And everybody signs their name, but they actually also quite often they leave a reason why they sign. And it's absolutely amazing. There's a lot of people who have been to the region, would like to bring their children back, or would like to visit again, and really, really appalled by the fact that the New Zealand government is saying, well, national park, it doesn't mean anything, we just want to get the buses through, and let's drill a tunnel. I have tried, John Key was here, was it last week, and I've tried to get a moment of his time because I really want him to make a statement about it. He recently said, the New Zealand government has made a promise, we are not going to dig or to drill in national parks, so why is this proposal still there? And that's really why I wanted to push it to see if I can get a statement out of him, but he wasn't interested. He said, I'll just talk to Bill English. So that's what we're going to do. I think it's the 3rd of August. We're going to hand over the petition to Bill English, and yeah, we'll see where it comes from. In the meantime, people are still signing. I think it started with the Otago Daily Times and the Southern Times that have really been supportive, and that has sort of them writing about the petition, and it had a really good momentum and lots of people signing it, has made the international media aware, and because of that we had articles in the Daily Mail, most Australian papers have written about it, papers in the USA. And interesting enough, every time I talk to an editor, they always bring up The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So soon New Zealand is going to be completely in the news about The Hobbit, and all its environment and beautiful scenery, etc. And then we're coming up, yeah, but we're going to drill a tunnel through that. That's just going to be absolutely crazy. So I'm hoping somewhere we can all together push the government to actually decline this proposal before everything is going to start with The Hobbit, because it's going to be, well, it's going to do an enormous amount of damage. Yeah. And I hope Queenstown can help us with that. Because that's one of the things I find as well. If I talk about this proposal in Queenstown, people say, well, it sounds all right. I think most people in Queenstown don't know what it's about. They all think it's basically just going to be a road and everybody can just drive through. And I think, so as Queenstowners, please pass on the word and pass on the information what it's actually really about. It's one company who's going to drill a tunnel through the national park, and they will have the monopoly to see who can get through and who not.